I love this video. Yep, that's a squirrel on his head. A front door camera caught an unexpectedly friendly moment when a squirrel jumped onto the back of a UPS driver as he made a delivery. The homeowner was actually at the dentist's office when she received a notification that someone had pressed the doorbell of her smart home doorbell. She checked her phone and that's when she saw it. The critter had jumped from her fence onto the man's shoulder. He's a good sport, right? He then jumped back down and ran away. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. We're just getting started with our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. President Trump is still looking for a new chief of staff. He announced Saturday that John Kelly was stepping down. Trump's top choice for the job appeared to be Nick Ayers, who currently serves as Vice President Mike Pence's chief of staff, but he was reportedly unwilling to make a 2-year commitment. Yesterday, Ayers announced that he will also leave the administration at the end of the year. North Dakota's largest ranching organization is opposing a plan by Governor Doug Burgum to expand a training center in the northeastern part of the state. The National Guard wants to purchase 6,000 acres in Eddy County to expand its Camp Grafton Training Center. The military says it's needed in part to handle longer range and deadlier ammunition. Burgum's budget plan calls for using $15 million from the state's voter-approved oil tax savings account to fund the project. But some farmers and ranchers are worried about the safety of their families and livestock and increased noise. It's now 9 minutes before 7. Let's get a check of our storm team forecast as we start off another school and work week.
Good morning. Some cloud cover overhead right now, but we'll gradually watch that move on in Fargo, and we'll end up with some sunny skies here, not only here, but throughout the valley today. I have 29 degrees, some of us into the 30s this afternoon, others into the 20s. With that wind, not that strong either. So it's just going to end up being a really nice, pleasant start to our work week. 17 degrees in Fargo right now. It's 17 in Grand Forks. So you'll still want to bundle up, put on those extra layers here this morning when we factor in that wind. It does feel a little chilly. I'll show you that. We're seeing wind out of the south or southwest, eventually becoming westerly up to about 15 miles per hour. So speaking of wind chills, you can see our numbers down into the sub-zero range in a couple of spots, 2 below in Langdon, and it feels like 6 in Grand Forks and 4 in Fargo. So a morning to bundle up. So the cloud cover is moving out of here. In fact, we're already starting to see it clear in the areas, and we do have a few spotty areas of light snow, some flurries where we do have those clouds, especially up by Lake of the Woods. But that will continue to move out. We'll end up with some sun here again as we head into the afternoon hours. Here's a look at your planner today. For those of us throughout the valley, northern valley up in the north will be more into the low to mid 20s for your highs. Southern valley closer to 30 degrees, even rising above that in some spots. So again, a milder day with sunshine for all of us today. And this week does look really mild. We're going to see some 30s, some 20s to 30s throughout the valley. In Fargo, into the low 30s for Tuesday and into Wednesday, with the chance for some snow showers Tuesday afternoon and evening especially, and continuing into early Wednesday. A light dusting up to 1 inch to 2 inches of snow with that, and then another quick little round possible Thursday morning. But we're looking at some pretty mild temperatures heading into Friday for the Bison game, looking pretty good for tailgaters in the afternoon, and Saturday into the upper 30s. So we're just really looking at some mild weather for December and chances for some snow, but no big snowstorms affecting us this week. Let's check in with Al.
Police, we've popped back out onto the Metro Interstate Loop. We're on Interstate 94 right now. Boy, a lot of traffic out here this morning. Looks like our community's really waking up. Westbound I-94, just a ton of traffic out there. Eastbound I-94, pretty darn busy as well. Travel speeds out here, 60, 65, maybe a little bit faster than that at times as well. Saw the same thing on Interstate 94, Interstate 29, northbound I-29. Remember, in our first report, we told you how light traffic was. Not the case right now. Lots of folks out here this morning. Good news is the ramps are in great shape, too. 45th Street traffic real busy this morning, and you should see the action on Cheyenne Street in West Fargo. Just a steady stream of traffic coming from both the south and the north. Make sure you're driving extra carefully today, and always on I-94 in Fargo. Al Allen, Valley Today traffic.
Filing Minnesota state income tax returns for 2018 is going to be more of a pain than usual. That's because lawmakers and the governor left a crucial piece of legislation unfinished last session. It would have synced Minnesota's income tax rules with the 2017 federal tax overhaul, but it's too late to fix it for the upcoming tax season. A new trend is emerging where people are getting nude photos on their smartphones from total strangers. The Apple feature, AirDrop, is designed so people can easily send photos to loved ones. But some so-called cyber flashers are using it to share lewd pictures. One way to prevent getting nude photos is to change your privacy settings. You can do so by clicking on AirDrop and selecting either contacts only or receiving off. A South Dakota woman is accused of trying to kill her 6-month-old baby by crashing her vehicle off a Sioux Falls highway. 34-year-old Julia Azubadi is charged with attempted first-degree murder and felony child abuse. In October, she crashed her vehicle off the interstate into the Big Sioux River. Court documents state she left a suicide note in her car, saying she decided to kill her 6-month-old child because he showed signs of an attachment disorder, a condition when infants show signs of detachment, such as disliking being held. 3 people are dead after a car crashed into a semi in western North Dakota. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says an SUV jumped a curb in a roundabout near Keene in McKenzie County Saturday, crossed into oncoming traffic and hit a semi head-on. All 3 people in the SUV were killed, but the semi driver was not seriously hurt. A man who had to be rescued after crashing through ice on an Otter Tail County lake could soon be facing drunk driving charges. The sheriff's office says 65-year-old Leon Engelhart was driving an ATV on Wall Lake near Fergus around 10 Thursday night when he broke through the ice. He was rescued by 2 men and taken to the hospital with severe hypothermia. There's still no word on whether Kansas State will tap NDSU's Chris Kleiman to head up their football program. Kleiman says he hasn't had any further contact with the school since their meeting early last week. Several national publications and college football writers expected a decision yesterday, but our sources say the process has hit a snag. Kleiman says he addressed the situation with his players to get in front of it so it won't be a distraction for the Bison. Kleiman's Bison and SDSU will fight it out in Fargo Friday night with a trip to Frisco, Texas on the line. Friday night's game kicks off at 7 p.m. and can be seen on ESPN2. Ovens are beginning to heat up as the holiday treats are being made to get into the Christmas spirit. The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live this morning from the kitchen where you guys have been trying some new things this morning.
Yeah, definitely, Lisa. Good morning. We have been cooking up a storm in the kitchen today, and I'm here with Libby Martin, who's the owner of Libby's Cupcakes. And what I've loved about all of these recipes is that they're really simple, but they're delicious.
Right, and you can kind of amp them up and make them fancy if you're taking them to a party, or you can just do them with your kids and enjoy them as a family.
Absolutely. Like the cookies that we did one of these creative ones. We did a Christmas tree, so you can bring it in. It definitely looks professional, but it's not that hard.
Right. And if you want to go simple, you can take the buttercream like we use for the brownies and do that on the cookies. We have a Christmas wreath here that's done just like that. Give the kids some sprinkles, throw them on some cookies, and enjoy them.
But when it comes to the cookies, those are a couple different type of frostings you want to use.
Right. So this frosting, this is an icing. It's different. It's going to dry hard, and this buttercream is soft.
Okay.
And it's not going to dry hard. So yeah, you can use some different frostings doing it too.
And then the cake pops that we have here, if you are a big fan of those Oreo truffles, you can do that as well with these.
Right. You can do the same design, different medium.
And then you were talking about your peanut butter balls that you have too. We don't have those, but they're another thing that you can decorate.
Yeah, so I tried some peanut butter balls that were decorated like reindeer. They had pretzels for the antlers and a little red nose like Rudolph. They were cute too.
That's so fun. So these are just some ways that you can get creative this year with your desserts. And I did have a full brownie during the break, and it was absolutely delicious. So like you said earlier, Lisa, you can look professional, but it's actually pretty simple.
I know. We kind of got some tricks of the trade this morning. I love it. And a brownie for breakfast is acceptable in December, too. Abby Furchner reporting live. Thank you. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. 68% of kids have done this around the holidays. The answer? Cried on Santa's lap. They make for the funniest pictures that way anyway. Remember, you can play along by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page every weekday morning. And it looks like a nice week ahead.
Yeah, no crying this week about the weather. We've got temperatures that are going to be nice and mild. We do have a couple of snow chances that might, cause a little headache or two or a nuisance on some of those roads Tuesday and into early Wednesday. A little dusting up to maybe an inch or two of snow. But check out those highs, 20s to some low, even mid 30s by the end of the week. So nice and mild.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start. But remember, the Valley Today rolls on. You can join us for more.